Fala galera, beleza? Bom, hoje vamos estar cobrindo a RDC 2023. Vamos estar eu e Emanuel aqui. E... Pera aí galera, um minutinho. Agora.
Ok.
Bom, estamos aqui com o
Não,
Emanuel.
não. Lá,
E bom,
é...
vamos lá.
Sejam bem-vindos aqui à cobertura aqui da RDC aqui na bloxradio. É um prazer enorme de terem vocês aqui. Bom, antes de tudo, eu vou falar sobre a bloxradio premiação. As votações ainda estão abertas, ou seja, ainda dá para votar. O link aí da votação está aí embaixo. E eu vou mostrar aqui os indicados para vocês. E melhor jogo do Roblox. Doors, Waze Flopa e Jerry Break. Aí, melhor Lots Eventos LX, RDC em português, o blog e RBX Bloxy. E 3. Melhor youtuber de Roblox no Brasil em 2023. Diário do Casal Gamer, XP Gamer, Slegard. 4. Melhor Mornirato e Bomberman. Ok? Penúltima categoria. Melhor evento em itens grátis em 2023. Vita Coco, Cartoon Network Game On e Roblox Innovation Awards 2023. E o último, melhor show do Roblox em 2020 até 2023. Show do Elton John, Big Small, Lil Nas X e 24K Golden. Desculpa aí se falei errado. E essas são as categorias da Bloxradio de premiação. Então, aí tá no link na descrição abaixo as votações.
Exatamente. Essa é a bloxradio premiação. Bom, hoje é o primeiro dia da RDC. Que vai ter a live que vai aparecer, se não me engano, duas vezes o CEO da Roblox, o David Baszucki. Bom, falta 26 minutos pra começar aqui a live. Pode falar, Emanuel.
Bom, eu vou falar aqui a programação e depois vou falar aqui com o Creeper aqui o que ele vai achar sobre a RDC 2023. E bom, aqui o primeiro dia que a gente está cobrindo agora, já teve o café da manhã das mulheres lá na RDC. Aí daqui a pouco vai ter as palestras com David Baszucki, Daniel Surman e Manuel Bronstein. Aí depois vai ter intervalo para o almoço, lá para as 3h30. Aí depois vai rolar ainda o almoço, mas com palestra também sobre aprendizado da equipe educacional, lá para as 4 horas da tarde. E vai terminar lá para as 5 horas da tarde. E vai ter a parte 2 das palestras, às 5 horas da tarde até às 5h45. Aí depois dessa outra palestra, vai ter perguntas e respostas o David Baszucki lá para as 5h45 e 6h30. Ou seja, vai encerrar das perguntas com Bilderman.
Exato, essa é a programação da RDC, primeiro dia. O segundo dia, que é amanhã, dia 9 de 2023, vai ser a Roblox Innovation Awards, que é a antiga Blox Awards.
Sim. Bom, agora que a gente tem bastante tempo aqui, Então vou perguntar a opinião do Creeper aqui sobre o que vai rolar na RDC 2023 para ele. Ou seja, o que ele achou na programação, o que eles vão falar durante as palestras e etc. Então, vou começar aqui a perguntar, tá, Creeper?
Beleza. Pode perguntar.
Bom, o que você acha que vai cair na RDC 2023 durante o primeiro dia ou o segundo dia?
Bom, hoje no primeiro dia, acho que todo brasileiro que joga Roblox espera, né? São os servidores brasileiros. Que foi anunciado há mais ou menos um ano atrás, né? Na primeira... Não, primeira não. Na RDC 2022, que eles anunciaram que ia ter servidores aqui na América do Sul. Que eu acho que todo brasileiro que joga Roblox, né, espera ter isso, né? E também espero que eles tragam novas coisas para o Roblox Studio, como já trouxe, que é a câmera de movimento, né? Que é só você gravar um vídeo no seu celular, colocar no estúdio e aparece lá. E todo movimento que você fez vai estar no seu jogo. Isso é muito bom para criadores, ainda mais se não tem muito dinheiro, né? Vamos dizer assim, não tem recurso financeiro para fazer ainda.
Certo. Agora vou fazer uma outra pergunta. O que você acha de eles fazerem uma programação mais extensa, já que essa vai ser uma das maiores RDCs, assim, do que a do ano passado, segundo eles. O que você acha dessa programação?
Ah, eu achei bom, né? É, foi uma programação que vai ser bastante extensa. Vai, como se diz, vai mais ou menos até 6:30 da tarde. Hoje, essa programação muito mais do que ano passado. E mas acho que vai ser bom porque vai ter muito mais palestras. Ainda tem o segundo dia, que é amanhã, que é a Innovate Awards. Eu espero realmente que seja bom. É isso. Vai ser
Ok.
realmente bom.
Ok, então. Pensar em alguma outra pergunta ou quiser já encerrar por aqui?
Bom, vamos encerrar. Vamos agora trazer atualizações sobre a RDC.
Certo. Bom, nesse exato minuto faltam 20 minutos para começar as palestras lá no da RDC. Lembrando que o horário daqui é diferente de lá, ou seja, deve ser à tarde ou de manhã lá em São Francisco, lá no pavilhão de eventos. Então, é isso. Vou ver outras notícias aqui.
Bom, a RDC já começou, como podemos ver aqui no Instagram da Blox News. Não tá aparecendo pra vocês, tá? Mas já começou. Eles acham que estão até lá. Ainda tem pouca gente, não chegou muita gente ainda. Já tem lá o palco escrito RDC 2023 e algumas luzes. E algumas não, né? Bastante.
Ah, mapa, eu te mandei a imagem aí do mapa aí. Você pode compartilhar aí pra todo mundo aí?
Claro. Pera aí. Vou colocar o vídeo aqui.
Ok.
Um minutinho, galera. Deixa eu... Não tá aparecendo aqui o vídeo.
Quer que eu compartilhe a tela?
Não, tá... É que eu tô vendo por um negócio aqui do Opera. Tem que... Vou ver aqui pelo site normal, Twitter. Bom, agora já chegou até bastante pessoas, há um minuto atrás. Esse vídeo acho que faz uns... Em torno de uns 10 minutos que já foi publicado. O Desde Bazu que vai falar das 2 horas até as 3h30 da tarde. Vai falar 1h30.
Bom, é uma notícia interessante lá que podia trazer também para quem estivesse aqui em outros países ou quem não pôde ir lá na RDC. É, a Puma e o Roblox fez uma parceria para fazer um item virtual para quem tá lá. Tipo, uma blusa com o detalhe da Puma e com o detalhe da logo da Roblox Studio. E ficou bem legalzinho até. E se, se eu puder, eu vou tentar encontrar aqui a imagem da.
O Enzo tem, pode procurar na Leaks Events. Essa daí, como vocês estão vendo aí na live, onde vai ser a RDC 2023. Vocês podem ver ali na frente, tá o palco onde vai estar o CEO, o David Bazuki e alguns convidados. Bom, vou mostrar aqui um mapa pra vocês que o Emanuel mandou. Bom, pera aí.
Caiu. Caiu o Summer.
Oi?
Um desenvolvedor chamado Caio lá. Eles estão lá representando o Brasil. Espero que o Brasil seja bem representado também, com servidor
É.
também.
Bom, galera, como vocês podem ver aí, esse é o mapa
BR.
da RDC. Ali nós temos... Deixa eu abrir aqui a imagem pra mim. Bom, como você pode ver ali na parte azul, ali parece que é o banheiro, certo? É, o banheiro. Daí temos aqui o banheiro, tal.
Banheiro e alguma
Não
coisa.
ligamos pra isso, pro banheiro. Bom, do lado aqui do banheiro,
Aí,
temos
do lado.
o palco, que é o Festival Pavilion, que vai ser onde vai acontecer o Day 1, que é o Keynotes, que é o... Que é hoje, né, que vai ser a palestra em si. E o segundo dia, amanhã, que vai ser o Roblox 90 Awards, que é a antiga Blox Awards. Bom, mais pra baixo ali temos o Developer Relations, onde vai ser onde os developers então lá vão ficar e fazer grupos aparentemente, que tá escrito aqui. Esse é o mapa da RDC.
Oh, eu vou compartilhar aqui a tela sobre a camiseta aqui. Bom,
Pera aí.
calma aí. Camiseta aqui da RDC e a Puma. Tá aparecendo?
Não. Manda essa imagem pra mim, acho que fica melhor.
Tô tentando.
Um minutinho, galera. Aí. Bom, essa aí é a jaqueta da Puma, como vocês podem ver. Ali tem escrito pra celebrar a criação tal, tal, tal. Daí vai ser esse ano da RDC. Fizemos uma jaqueta,
Jaqueta limitada.
uma edição limitada da Roblox com a Puma, Roblox Puma Creator Jacket, que é a jaqueta de criador virtual. E se tem foi presente para contas da Roblox que fazem parte, não? Eu acho que é isso que traduzindo, eu acho que é mais ou menos isso.
Imagina como se eles trouxessem essa blusa aí à vida real. É legal.
Exato.
Bom, o Davi R falou aqui no chat que o Fê Batista vai estar lá na RDC, sim. O Fê Batista postou até foto lá no Twitter que ele está lá. Se não me engano é no Twitter ou no Instagram, não lembro muito bem não. Mas ele está lá.
Bom, galera, Emanuel,
Oi.
já que você é o dono principal da Blox Rádio, você confirma essa informação pra mim. Essa vai ser a maior cobertura da Blox Rádio, né? 4 dias seguidos. Ontem já começou, hoje, amanhã e depois de amanhã. Essa vai ser a maior cobertura de um evento da Blox Rádio, por enquanto, não é?
Sim. 4 dias seguidos sobre a RDC. Amanhã vai ter resumo de cada coisa que aconteceu na RDC de amanhã, no segundo dia. E lá para dia 10 eu estarei comentando sobre a Innovation Awards, que é a antiga Blox Awards, sobre os ganhadores, indicados, essas coisas. E eu não sei o que falar agora. Mas é isso. Vai ser a maior cobertura da Bloxrad até esse momento.
Falta 10 minutos para começar a IDC 2023. Bom, temos alguma mais notícia?
Bom, Davi R aqui comentou. Eu ainda creio que eles vão anunciar o Metaverse Champions 2 e na Innovation Arts. Cara, o Metaverse Champions foi um negócio assim. Apareceu em um ano, aí sumiu do nada. Então, talvez eles tenham uma continuação assim pra, tipo, acho que tampar buraco dessa vontade de continuação que a comunidade quer.
Bom, eu não sei se volta, porque a Roblox hoje em dia, não sei, tá muito fora de eventos. Não tá aquela coisa que há 3, 4 anos, 3, 5 anos atrás, né? Roblox não tá focando muito em eventos, tá focando assim né? Não
É.
sei. Não tá muito focando
Bem
em
com
eventos.
o cancelamento da Egg Hunt, né?
É, o
É,
cancelamento.
Diego Barros comentou: será que vão anunciar o server brasileiro? Eu acho que vão anunciar. É que. Só que bem. Mais ou menos provável isso. Porque, tipo, e vimos assim, o Roblox tá mais focado em catálogo. É, catálogo também e agora sobre Innovation Arts, a RDC agora que está acontecendo, eu acho que isso tira custo da Roblox. Também é, também é querer dos investidores que estão dentro, porque Roblox agora chamar mais atenção de pessoas adultas, porque Roblox na internet é mais reconhecido como joguinho de criancinha, jogo parecido com Lego e essas coisas. E então, talvez eles falem sobre o servidor, só que, porém, em outros países, sem citar a América do Sul.
Bom, antes de começar a RDC, faltando 8 minutos. É 8 ou 7?
8 minutos.
8 minutos, obrigado. Faltando 8 minutos. É que aqui no meu computador o horário tá errado, só pra confirmar. Tava um pouquinho errado. Daí acho que eu configurei de novo. Mas tá. Programação da RDC 2023. Faltando 8 minutos pra começar. Vamos repassar aqui de novo. Às 2 horas da tarde, daqui a pouco, vai ter a Keynotes. Às 3h30 vamos ter a pausa para o lanche. Às 4 vão ter ensinamentos e lanche da equipe educacional. Às 5 vão ter de novo Keynotes. E às 5h45 vamos ter perguntas e respostas ao David Bazuki. E às 6 vão ter barracos irão abrir e Happy Hour. Essa, essa é a
Happy Hour.
programação da RDC 2023.
Enquanto isso, vamos interagir mais com o chat. Pessoal que está aí nos assistindo, e o que vocês acham que vai acontecer muito mais sobre a RDC? Sobre os servidores brasileiros, essas coisas, e sobre catálogo, sobre o UGC. O que vocês acham?
Ah, falando um negócio aqui sobre a RDC. Bom, o que eu espero que eles mencionam são, obviamente, os servidores na América do Sul, né? E eu acho que eles também vão mencionar sobre o PlayStation, que ultimamente eles estavam bem focados em lançar no PlayStation a Roblox, né?
Sim. O PlayStation. Inclusive, até vazou umas imagens assim de manual sobre o Roblox, né?
Sim.
Lá no PlayStation.
A, Play, a Sony, né, que é a dona do PlayStation, a Roblox já tinha mandado pra elas avaliar o jogo, né? A plataforma antes de entrar. E foi recusado, falando que pode ser perigoso para os usuários. A Roblox está tentando arrumar isso e mandar de novo para a Sony avaliar. Cinco minutos para começar a RDC 2023. Bom, galera, fazer uma pausa aqui de 5 minutos para eu pra gente encher as garrafinhas aqui de água pra assistir com vocês a RDC 2023. Voltamos aqui, galera. 1 minuto para começar a RDC 2023. Falta bem pouco para começar aqui a RDC.
Oi, oi, tá me ouvindo? Tô me ouvindo?
Estamos, Emanuel.
Alô, Creeper, tá me ouvindo?
Estamos te ouvindo, Emanuel. Estamos ouvindo, Emanuel? Alô? Começou!
Okay, I'm calling it. 2007 is the year of Roblox.
It just keeps getting better. I love it.
This is big.
I'm never doing anything else.
For the rest of my life.
They made a
tsunami?
They made a tsunami.
If this is 2016 Roblox,
I don't want to be 2017.
Chat, I'm telling you, this is it.
holy
Greatness.
Insane.
Minutinho, pessoal, minuto.
let's go! I think I like this. I think I love this.
E aí, consegui o link
This is good.
lá.
Trust.
Já começou, galera.
How is this so good?
Love. Ted. Yeah, I'm with it.
Approved. Literally everything.
Everything.
Oi.
Goated.
Nothing can top this.
Something just top this.
And now, please put your hands together for the founder and CEO of Roblox, David Baszucki.
Esse é o CEO David Baszucki, CEO da Roblox Baszucki.
Wow, welcome. This is the first year I can almost not see all the way to the back. So welcome. So this second is the highlight of my year. We do it all for this second to be together with you. So thank you for coming. I say it every year. This is arguably the epicenter of the world.
Bom, acho que vou ficar em outro microfone aqui, que tá melhor.
Anywhere in the world with as much creativity and our creative community.
Ok, David Baszucki aí se apresentando.
Of course, we have creators, developers, artists, producers.
Tá me ouvindo aí,
We
Creeper?
have influencers now. We have educational developers. We have brand
Okay.
partners. We have all kinds of people joining our creative. And this expansion of our platform is really all about communication and connection. So we have so much cool stuff today. The show is
Ele está
amazing.
falando
We
que
give you hints of what's
tem
to come. But
várias
before we do that,
coisas
I'm
na
just going to take 1 second while we're all here to start with one big question, and it really is the big question. Why are we here? And like, there's a lot of obvious answers, right? Of course, we're here to build businesses. We're here to learn about Roblox. We're here to connect with friends, some of which have been 15-year friends. But beneath it, I think there's something really much deeper, more important. And I'd like to just, something really human, actually. And I'd like to take a step back. Because, I mean, we've been watching the news and the headlines for the last 10 years, social media. You know, the world's getting more polarized, we're less happy, we're more anxious. And of course, while we recognize that promise of technology, of course, there's risk. But there's something very special about this community and the platform we're building. And I'm filled with immense optimism because what we're building here is really a platform for communication and connection. And in this room, we understand that technology doesn't have to make things worse. Through our creativity, we can bring people together. We can spark conversations. We can help people connect and find the good in each other. And we're just getting started. So that's really why I think we're here. We're here to reimagine how people come together. And you know, we've been doing it for 20 years. Like, we know what we're doing, and we're going to keep doing it. So that's why we're here. We're really building a new way for people to come together. But now that we've had these deep thoughts, let's jump into the show, okay? So first off, where are we? 65 million DAUs. Like, oh my goodness. And some of you were here at the very first BloxCon. This has been growing every single year for over 16 years. And what you've seen as we've grown every single year over the last 15 years is that we've increased our hours a lot. And I'm going to ask for the next slide here. So as we continue to grow, we've also got incredible engagement on our platform. Do any of you remember being at the very first BloxCon where we set the target at 400 million hours? And I think we were doing 5 or 10 million hours at that time. We're doing 5 billion hours now. So it's about literally 1,000 times that. And the engagement, of course, on our platform is incredible. I believe we have one of the highest engagements for any social platform, 2.3 hours per day average for every DAU on our platform. And the amount of content is absolutely amazing. So we had over 15 million experiences visited in 2022, which is just absolutely incredible. It's a testament to the creators on our platform. And there's such a broad variety of experiences that are supporting what people are starting
David
to do on
Bazook,
Roblox.
CEO da
So of
Roblox.
course we have games, but we also have educational experiences. So for example, we've talked about visiting the pyramids and how we're going to ultimately allow people not just to visit the pyramids in a history lesson, but I think more and more in the last year or two, we started thinking, we won't just visit the pyramids, we'll see a really good AI-supported ancient Egyptian when we go to the pyramids. So there's a lot of good stuff to come here. Of course, entertainment is growing on our platform. More and more groups like Blackpink are really going to be performing all of the time. And we're going to see new forms of entertainment. For example, we know that ultimately media that we view as movie or TV is going to become interactive, immersive. We're going to be able to watch our favorite characters from anywhere. And this is a fortune prediction from Dave. We are going to see shows like The Hunger Games on platforms like Roblox that are interactive, that take several days, and you'll be able to follow your favorite stars. So let's talk about growth. And let's start with around the world. The opportunity on our platform is so huge. US and Canada alone, 14 million daily active users. But one thing that we've talked about for a long time, for some of you that have been with us for a long time, we really inside the company don't talk about aging up anymore. We are aged up right now. You'll hear some more stats. 13 and up is growing 33% year on year on our platform right now. International is growing twice as fast. And I want to just highlight a few countries that really show off our systemic way of thinking. Let's first fly over to Japan. So I actually met some people, some creators from Japan last night. And Japan literally in the last year went viral. It's because of our systemic approach. It's because of better search and discovery. We've really upped the translation quality on the platform, performance, quality, all of that. We are starting to see really great experiences created in Japan. One is Escape Running Head by Nemoto48. So, woo! And we have some Japanese creators in the audience. And this is a playbook that we're going to take around the world. Let's quickly look at some numbers from Japan. Year-on-year growth in Japan, both as far as hours, over 100% daily active user growth, 100% hour growth. And, a lot of people say, Japan is one of the top gaming places in the world. Year-on-year Robux spent in Japan, 144% year-on-year, which is absolutely amazing. So the market keeps expanding. And it's not just Japan. Let's take a look at Brazil and India as well. So Brazil, really interesting, right? Because Brazil was one of our very first markets. It's a huge, mature market.
Dave
It's
Bazuco
nearly
falando
half
agora
the
sobre o
size
Brasil.
of the United States. And Brazil grew 38% last year. India, 1 billion people. Just interviewed someone from India yesterday. India growing close to 1 million daily actives, 40% year on year. So we have a huge opportunity in really every country around the world. And it's feasible to imagine our billion daily active user goal purely through international. But the growth isn't just driven by us. It's driven by our amazing dev community. And I want to just take a peek at this amazing creator ecosystem we're going. So let's zoom into our creator ecosystem. And first, really exciting that we're going to share the stat that the average bookings of our top 10 creators in the last 6 months through 2022, I believe it was through June, was $27 million, which is really amazing for the platform. And those creators have grown 50% in their bookings over the last 3 years. But as we dig deeper, our top 100 developers are making nearly $1 million a year, and that's grown 2.2x. And if we go all the way down to developer number 1,000 right now, we talked about it 2 or 3 years ago. We would like to get developer number 1,000 to north of $30,000 a year. They're at $60,000 a year, and that's 4x since 2020. And it creates an amazing opportunity on our platform. One other awesome thing right now, there are over 20,000 creators on Roblox making north of $750 a year. 20,000 of them. That is less than 1,000th of our 20 million creators, but it's still an amazing stat. So let's jump to our vision. Really, 1 billion people daily. We're getting really closer to this vision from when we had about 1 million and then 50 million. And we talk about how we keep growing internationally, all ages, broadening economic opportunity, and of course, growing the way people use our platform. Today, we're going to dive really with a lot of focus into 3 major innovation areas that are driving frequency on our platform. And we actually believe, even in our core, the place where we got started, USA 9 through 16-year-old players, there's an amazing opportunity to grow there as well. So the first thing we're going to talk about is personalized and expressive avatars. We're going to talk about a vibrant social graph, which really includes getting everyone connected to Roblox friends and real-life friends, and finally, immersive 3D communication. So let's get started with avatars. Okay, 2006, the Roblox classic avatar we know and love. Yay! All right. Woo. For a long time, this powered Roblox. Our vision for Roblox, though, and you all know it, is any avatar that we want to identify with. And I keep saying, whether it's Roblox Classic, it's a realistic soldier, it's a realistic fashion model, it's cartoony, or it's human, we really want to cover the whole ecosystem. We took small steps with Arthro and Anthro avatars, and then over the last 6 to 12 months, we've introduced voice chat, camera syncing, facial animation, lip syncing, better clothing, layered clothing, which was a huge technical accomplishment. But this is just the start. And I want to share a very Roblox way of thinking about this, which is more and more things that have traditionally been us doing it. We really want our creator community to do that. And what you're going to see over the next 6 to 12 months is first getting into anyone can create. So UGC system is going to open to every single person on the platform. And it's going to open to everything. Avatars, heads, face, all of that. We are going to do this in a much more sophisticated way than those of you that remember t-shirts, okay? And so trust us in that we now have the knowledge to build a very vibrant, robust economy that mirrors a real world economy. So stay tuned as we start to roll this out. On not just avatars, but on cars, on trucks, on trees, on all of really every asset. This is a vision since the start of Roblox, and that is really everyone should be a creator. All 66 million of our DAUs should be creating some of the patterns that we've seen in some of the very early Roblox tycoon games everywhere. Cars, avatars, clothing, everything. We talked about it last year. We used Project Runway as an example. We're getting close to that. If you're making a fashion game, the clothing that your users will be able to create in experience will become persistent. And when we talk about supporting creation everywhere, we're talking about your experiences can allow users to edit 3D meshes, edit textures, save those persistently, and save those safely. So hang on for that. Finally, on our avatar system, arguably a little overdue because we've prioritized other things. You're going to see more and more super high quality movement system stuff, more and more starting to be driven by AI, really, and starting to jump into real world actions like picking things up. And then finally, the vision is ultimately, if you want photorealistic avatars, we want to support that. Not everyone's going to choose a photorealistic avatar. And if you want to support AI-driven creation rather than manual editing for your avatars, we're going to support that. So let's do a little mock-up of what you're going to be seeing in the next year on Roblox. So this is me. This is your experience. I'm in your experience. Let's get started. I'm going to build an avatar in your experience. But the first thing I'm going to do is you're going to have access to images on the phone. So I'm going to upload a selfie. All right, I uploaded my selfie. I'm going to say, I'd like to be an astronaut. Text prompt, driven by ML, driven maybe by style clues of your experience. So they have, okay? Woo, okay.
Bom,
so,
o que o David Mazuco tá falando aqui vai ter uma inteligência artificial. Só você colocar uma foto sua e escrever alguma coisa, vai estar fazendo um avatar para você. Como tá aí um exemplo dele, que ele colocou uma foto dele, escreveu lá que ele quer como um look de astronauta, e apareceu ele como um astronauta, mais o capacete. Aí ele como biker, que é né, em pedaço de bicicleta, daí ele como biker. Agora ele como biker mais bombado, parece.
You've seen a path for really AI-driven avatar.
Daí tá ele.
Traditional
é uma
avatar
que
creation is sliders, knobs,
eles querem acrescentar para fazer um avatar seu, somente com uma foto sua, e você escrevendo alguma coisa. E você também pode customizar aí. Se você quer deixar você mais bombado, mais alto, mais baixo, quiser você deixar menos bombado, é isso que ele tá mostrando agora.
Sometimes we do stuff and then we figure out it would be better if you did it. And really, the ultimate long-term goal is all avatars come from your experiences. So hang on. Next up, natural movement. Like I said, lots of work going on. Finally, we're going to have crouch. Finally, we're going to have better swimming. Finally, we're going to start really dialing in with ML-driven motion as well as keyframe motion on the platform as well. And also on top of all this, we're starting to dive into more generic verbs, picking stuff up, how to open doors, and making that cross Roblox. Okay, next up, we talked about awesome avatars. Vibrant social graph is super important for us. We know our metrics support that when we have 17.3 million friendships made on the platform every day, we can see the retention going up. And so we've been hard at work on a lot of things making it easier to find friends. We've really been hard at work on letting people connect to their real world friends as well. I want to show you a demo of something that's really coming. And the application of this, one application of this is when we build Roblox Office, and we have all 2,000 plus of us, it's impossible to remember all of our usernames. We need to use real names. And we're going to be rolling out support of real names on Roblox, free from the
agora o que ele tá
content
falando,
importer, or you'll be
agora
able
que o
to
David
modify
Bazuca tá
this.
falando,
This
você
will
pode
initially be
customizar os nomes
17
das
up, over
pessoas,
time 13
mas vai
and
aparecer
up.
somente
We're
para
gonna do this
você.
very, very
Quando você entrar em
carefully.
algum jogo,
But
como está
it
demonstrando
really
agora,
changes the way the
em cima
product
dessa
feels
pessoa
when
vai
I go to a
aparecer
company meeting
o
and I
nome
can
que você
recognize everyone. I
personalizou
probably
para ela
recognize
ou
50
para ele, né?
usernames, but I recognize several hundred real person names. The other thing we're going to do is make it really easy to share image and video, not just with, your OS level screen capture, not just with Roblox level screen capture, but with your
Agora a gente está falando
triggered
sobre
API calls
sistema de botão
to,
que
in
vai
an
ter,
opt-in
pode
case, do a screen
controlar
capture
seu
or a
voice chat,
video. And then these
essa captura
captures,
de
of course, are going to be
câmera e
shareable.
tal.
And also, of course,
Captura
users are going to have a
de
collection of these
imagem sua, né,
snapshots.
para
Think of in the
aparecer
real
quando
world,
você faz
we
alguma
go to
expressão
Disney
facial
World
aparecer,
and we get a
ou
shot
agora
at
você
the
também pode
bottom
tirar
of the roller
print
coaster
ali,
ride.
como
If you
ele
have an
fez
experience
ali,
with a roller
e
coaster
mandar para uma
ride, I
pessoa
welcome you to automatically
mandar
take a
para uma
screenshot
pessoa
at the bottom of the roller
pelo
coaster or maybe a quick
por
video
meio de
and
comunicação,
let a
como
user who
WhatsApp,
opts in
Twitter,
really
Instagram
collect
e
that.
outras
Okay,
formas de
finally,
comunicação.
you've heard this vision from us a lot, and maybe some of you remember it from last year, which is if we step back from gaming and we step way outside the box, what's the future of human communication? Where is this going from all of our efforts to stay connected? Telegraph, phone system, SMS texting, over the last 3 years, video. We really believe ultimately this all goes to 3D real-time simulation. There's so many benefits, as we know, of feeling we're in the same space, our ability to eye track, our ability for things to sound real, that more and more we believe 3D simulation will just emerge as a natural superset of video and audio. So we are really focusing on a lot of platform-level functionality that you can all add to your experience. Let's take a look on voice, for example. On voice, we right now have 12% of our 13 and up using voice. We've got about 2 million voice players worldwide. That's going up by 30%. We ultimately
Bom, tá aparecendo
know
aqui na
everyone
tela
on Roblox
que
will have the option
12%
of using
da
text to
Roblox
voice
tem
as
13
they
anos
see
a
fit.
mais e usa
So
o
we showed
voice
you a little
chat.
demo. I don't know if you remember this, where Karan and Mahesh came out last year, and we'd show you an example of a demo. But we want to show you the evolution of this demo. And we're really going to show you a platform that is going to show off a collection of API calls that will be open sourced for you to use as well. And we're going to make this platform open source. So I want to invite Garima Sinha on stage with me, and we're going to give you a little demo of something we call Roblox Connect.
Hi, everyone. Really excited to be here. I'm going to plug in my phone so we can get started. Dave, I'm about to give you a call on your Android
Agora eles vão
phone.
fazer uma demonstração
And it's
aqui
actually going to
que eu
work
não sei porque eu
similarly
não
on any
entendi.
platform, like iOS or desktop. You can just call your friends.
So confirming, I
aparentemente
just
tá
got
colocando-
an operating system level
Ela é
call, right?
senior-
iOS, Android,
Right.
and
Tá
device.
entrando em um
Awesome.
jogo
Thank you.
da Roblox agora.
How are
Ok.
you? Woo! All right.
Aparentemente,
Good. How are you?
It's good to see you. Like, it's a real pleasure.
Good to
Vamos
see
ver o que eu
you. This
entendi.
is so exciting.
Você tá com seu
Okay, I'm
celular.
gonna drag around the new selfie view, which is awesome. Looks
Ah, tá.
great.
A expressão
how is
facial
this,
que você faz aparece.
I might
Ah,
have hung
não,
up
que eu
when you
entendi. Ah,
called
tá.
me.
Você
I'm gonna
pode
give you
ligar
another
pro
call
seu
because
amigo
calls
think
do
when I
direto
tracked
pela
selfie view,
Roblox.
I
Você
hung
não vai
up,
precisar
so
usar
call me
outros
back.
meios
So I want to
de
show.
comunicação como o
let me
Discord
set
para
that.
ligar pro seu amigo
So operating
para jogar algum
system
jogo
level
na Roblox.
access
Pode ligar
to phone calls.
direto pro seu
Okay,
amigo
high
no
five.
Roblox,
New selfie
como está
view.
aparecendo aí para
And now we
vocês.
drag it.
Draggable selfie view. Awesome. So how are we doing this stuff, Garima?
We have this amazing way we've integrated gyro mode, so you can really move your camera around and it still renders your surroundings the same way.
Okay, does everyone get access to the camera gyro? Okay, awesome. Cool.
Oh, and one other fun thing that I think a lot of people in audience care about is these mic and camera controls on top of your head.
Yep.
They're gonna go away and become a really amazing
Aí,
streamlined
podem
experience
ver,
control menu that
ali do
actually you all can
lado,
try
em
in
cima da
Studio
tela
Beta
tem
today
ali
if you want to.
um
So that's
botãozinho ali
really
com
exciting.
que aparece o avatar e se
Okay.
você quer deixar a câmera, entre aspas, né, a câmera
And
vai ser o avatar
one more fun thing, I know,
ligada,
Dave, you talk a lot about
ou
how people have
ou
communicated
desligada,
for
e o
years and
microfone
how their
ligado
communication
ou
is heading.
desligada.
And we really believe the future is where people can feel like they're together, they can hang out with
E ali
each
em
other,
cima,
they
se
can do
você-
things with each other.
quer
And so on this, there's actually
desligar
three
a
communication
ligação.
modes. There is picture-in-picture, which you see us using right now. There's free play, and there's cinematic.
Awesome.
And if I switch to cinematic,
Okay, I'm coming with you. Awesome.
you see that we
Cool.
feel we are together.
Okay, so what's really exciting about this is I feel I'm in the same space with you, and I can go back and forth from more of a traditional selfie view to being with you in this place together. Looks like you're roasting some marshmallows.
Então isso vai ser
Okay,
novo
there's
jeito
one
de
other fun
voice
thing
chat, entre
I
aspas,
wanted
né?
to share here,
Você
which
pode
is
conversar somente com seus
we have
amigos,
multiple
não com
locations, so people can actually
qualquer
choose to be in
pessoa,
different
né,
spaces. We have a few here.
do
I'm going to
jogo.
take us to a
Você
dock.
pode andar
Awesome.
que não vai
Follow you,
distanciar
I'll just say okay.
no voice
Cool.
chat.
Nice.
Bom, eles estão trocando
Great
de
to be here
lugar,
with you.
de...
Can we go swimming? I
trocando
guess
ali
I'm on
agora.
for the demo.
It really feels like vacation, doesn't it?
And you still got your marshmallow. That's cool.
The marshmallows goes where we go.
You must really like that marshmallow.
I do. I need to eat it. I'm hungry.
Okay, awesome. Okay, so highlighting open source, camera gyro exposed, calling on every device, PC, Mac as well.
Mac, iOS,
So
yeah, iOS,
abstracted
Android.
calling. Okay, awesome.
Yeah.
Cool.
I'm going to try this one more time.
Okay, going back to selfie view maybe.
And one exciting thing is it works seamlessly between different modes. So like you can see, Dave is in cinematic mode. I am in picture-in-picture, but the camera moves such that I can still see his
Love
face.
it. Okay, awesome. And when
Awesome.
is this going to be available, Grima?
It's going to be out in a few months, hopefully November. It's going to be fully open sourced when we launch it, so you all can start integrating. You can integrate with your current experiences,
Parece
or
que você
you can
pode
integrate into new communication forward
o seu amigo,
experiences.
então,
It's
tipo,
really up to you how you want to use it.
celular ali é dessa...
Okay, super awesome.
Dela ali, outra do David Bazuki. Tipo, ela tá acompanhando onde o David Bazuki vai.
Thank you, Garima. Okay, so you're getting a little look. So what we want to
Vamos ver agora o que David
do is
Bazuki vai
we want
falar.
to support, of course, the traditional Roblox pattern, join your friend, but more and more support spontaneous joins as well. Little more spontaneous, get notified. If you've opted in, if you're friends, real spontaneous, literally a Roblox call, and on any device, anywhere. So in addition to Connect, I want to share you one other thing about our growth that many people don't realize on our platform, and that is 17 through 24. It's the fastest growing demographic on Roblox. Super fast, 36% year on year. And I want to show you one other slide, and that is the size of this market is starting to get considerable. There's 27 million people over 17 on Roblox. It's growing very rapidly. So it's powered by all of the experiences that you are creating, I want to do a little whirlwind tour of 5 different experiences that are finally showing off the... So first off, woo! Several years ago, we said we're doing 17 plus. We did it. And of course, drinks on tap from Deep Holder Club. So, woo.
Bom, agora no seu jogo você pode ter,
Next up, we've
drinks,
talked a lot
então bebidas no
about
seu jogo,
improving the
se
quality of
for
our engine. Want to highlight
17 a
something
mais
from
a
Maximilian
classificação
Studios
do
as
seu
far as the
jogo.
super high
Antigamente
quality,
você não
taking
podia,
advantage of the latest
não
rendering
podia,
on
não
Roblox.
podia,
And
desculpa.
this is a real testament to the vision of increasing the fidelity of our platform. I think there's an old quote somewhere, this is Roblox, like this is Roblox, and so really psyched about that. We're starting to see, so thank you,
Desculpa,
Maximilian
galera,
Studios.
falando aqui sobre os avatares por
We're starting
inteligência
to see
artificial.
more
Você vai ter que entrar no
crossover
jogo,
between
você tem que
fun
entrar
and
no jogo,
entertainment.
provavelmente.
And I want to highlight something from Goldie Blox,
O dono do jogo vai ter que colocar
which
um
is
negócio lá que você pode
combining
gerar
learning
avatares
chemistry
por
with an escape room type concept,
sua imagem,
which really I think
colocando
has
uma
a
foto
huge
sua
potential to
e
merge consumer
escrevendo
and
como você
education.
quer. Não vai ser
Next off, want to show
para
something
sempre.
from Filament
Você vai
Games in
estar
partnership with
ficando
the
com ele,
Museum of
tá?
Science from
Com o
Boston. We've
avatar.
all seen Mission to Mars. Literally millions of young people using Roblox to learn STEM, and also, of course, using Roblox side by side to connect and socialize and have fun. And then more and more, this vision of beauty, of fashion, of creation, starting to have a natural home on Roblox is really starting to come true with NAR's Sweet Rush from Super Social. And we do ultimately believe there's a huge opportunity here, and that more and more clothing fashion will first show up on Roblox, maybe even before it shows up in the physical world. So there's so much to do beyond play here as far as learning, as far as social. Now, next slide I want to talk about is platform expansion. And we have, for many of you that have heard us speak about this, we said, look, 3D immersive multiplayer in the cloud, physically simulated stuff should work everywhere. Should work on a phone, should work on a tablet, a PC, of course a console, and of course in VR, very, very immersive. So happy to share that, of course, we've announced MetaQuest. And just a quick update on that. In the first 5 days of MetaQuest, 1 million installs. So
agora o David Bazuca tá falando
so a couple highlights.
do Roblox
Hard
no
to
VR.
find in
Foi
beta,
1 milhão de
1
instalações
million
em apenas
installs.
5 dias
on a testament to the
no
engineers
VR.
and our platform view on this, there's over 50,000 experiences that are ready right now on MetaQuest. The work we've done on performance for MetaQuest, some of it's VR specific,
Tem
but some of it
50
touches the
mil
whole
jogos
platform. Android is
do
faster
Roblox
because
que é
of some of
compatível
the
com o
work we did
VR.
this. So MetaQuest production launching to
Então podemos sim,
everyone
tem várias variações de
this
jogos
month, which we're really psyched
dentro do
about.
VR, como jogos de FPS e entre outros.
So,
Está somente liberado
and then
aparentemente
finally on platform
para o
expansion,
MetaQuest, que
one other
era da
thing
Facebook.
that we'd like to share with you that we've kind of been working on in the background. Roblox available on PlayStation next
Agora está
month.
falando que no próximo mês Roblox vai ser compatível para o PlayStation. Exatamente. Daqui pro próximo mês vai estar, Roblox vai estar
Who was
na
wondering what was
PlayStation.
under that? Was
Usuários de
anyone? Come on,
PlayStation
like, we
e
saw
que
that.
gostam de Roblox, parabéns. Agora vocês vão
Okay,
ter
so
como jogar
TC
Roblox no seu
Kalawale,
PlayStation
Ty Boy
4
are both gonna
ou
come
5.
out with me. We're going to show you a live three-way demo.
Não
I'm
vai
on
estar
phone,
somente
TC's
limitado
gonna be on
para
PlayStation, Ty's
Xbox.
gonna be on VR.
Agora o
So
Roblox
come
vai
on out.
estar
Welcome. All
na
right.
PlayStation.
Thanks, Dave.
And as Dave already mentioned, Roblox is finally on PlayStation.
Pronto, eles vão testar agora no PlayStation 5
We're going to take
a
you on a
Roblox.
demo experience. Dave will be on
Vamos
his
tá
mobile
testando agora no
device.
PlayStation
Ty
5
will be
a
on his
Roblox.
MetaQuest, and I will be on PlayStation. Take it away, Ty.
Hey everyone, thank you, Tsitsi. Yes, I am on a Quest
Vamos
device,
testar
and
tanto
we are
no VR
in
do
an
Facebook,
experience called Twice
da
Square,
Meta,
built by
tanto
the
no
developer Carta for the
PlayStation
incredibly
5.
popular. Oh, sorry. Oh, there we go. The incredibly popular K-pop band Twice.
Agora estamos vendo
Yeah.
o David Bazuki,
It's
vendo a
super
imagem
cool.
de David
So,
Bazuki.
I think the best thing to do here is the
no
roller coaster.
celular.
So, Dave, you want to come join me on the roller coaster?
Hey, I'm going to follow you, Ty. Where are we going? And how's the VR working over there?
Yeah, the VR is working great. As you mentioned, we've done a ton of work on performance. Hey, Tsitsi, do you want to join us too, or?
You go on ahead. I'll explore the pier. I'll catch up later.
Hey,
Okay.
Ty, are you sure you want to ride a roller coaster on the main stage of RDC?
Dois
I
aparelhos,
do.
aparelhos
Be careful.
conectados nesse exato momento.
Okay, I'm going to wait for the
No
next
celular,
coaster.
que é o David Bazuki.
All right, yeah, well, it looks like we just missed the coaster.
Outro.
Oh, right here. Yeah, let's
no
hop on board.
PlayStation 5 e outro
I'm in.
no Meta,
Oh, I was in.
Let's see if I can
no
get
VR
in
da
or
Meta,
not.
MetaQuest.
This is what we get with live demo. I'm in. Hey, let's switch over to my screen, and I'll show you guys riding a roller coaster in
O
VR
Barros
in first
comentou,
person.
será que
Okay.
vai vir server
And I will
BR
try
com
not to throw
essa
up on stage.
novidade do
Oh my
Roblox
gosh, Ty, I'm looking at
PlayStation
what you're
4 e
experiencing.
5?
Like, hang
Yeah.
on.
Oh,
Bom,
here we are.
Não sabemos,
Okay.
mas
Oh my God,
tem
you
uma
guys,
grande
you guys
chance.
have to try this
Não
in
é uma
headset. It
grande
is
chance, mas tem
so
uma chance
immersive.
sim
It's so trippy.
de anunciar.
And you can see
com
the performance that
certeza,
we've done. We support
o
application space warp, which doubles your frame
server
rate without
brasileiro.
any work from the developer. Oh, we're cresting at the top. Oh my God, here we go.
Weehaw!
Woo!
Okay, Ty. Like, how is your stomach right now? For me,
I'm
I'm
good.
in pretty good
Agora
I'm good.
estamos vendo a
I'm going to keep on
imagem
riding.
no
Let's see what Tsitsi's doing.
MetaQuest,
Tsitsi, let's
no
switch to
VR.
Tsitsi's screen.
Hey, yeah, I'm over here. So I've been exploring the pier, and
São
I
dois
have to say
dias
the
de
performance
RDC,
on this
hoje e
device
amanhã.
is absolutely amazing. As you can see, there's a lot of fidelity in the graphics. If you see the lighting in the environment, it's absolutely stunning. It really does bring your creations to life. What do you think, Dave?
I'm going to look up from my mobile screen at your place. Oh my gosh. So that looks absolutely amazing. I'm going to hop out with Ty, and we're going to come find you.
All right,
come follow me.
Come and join me. I think one other thing that's super awesome on PlayStation is I have the ability to add my PlayStation friends as my Roblox friends. And so
Nice.
this really opens up the potential, right, for crossplay. Dave, you can join in on mobile. Hey, there you are. Hey,
Good
Ty.
to see you.
Blox Awards foi cancelado,
Let's
vai
go
ser
exploring the pier.
Innovate Awards,
So, yeah.
que vai ser
As we're
amanhã.
doing this crossplay experience, you can join in on the mobile device. Ty can join in on his MetaQuest,
A Blox
and I can
Awards foi
enjoy
cancelada,
the experience and the
vai
comfort
ser
of my
Innovate
living room
Awards,
on the
vai
console.
acontecer
It truly is a
amanhã.
next level experience.
Okay, awesome. So, Ty, Tsitsi, want to thank you for all the hard work, because I know you've been working on this.
Thanks, Dave.
Thanks, Dave. Thanks,
And
Tsitsi.
thanks a lot. And I
you.
want to highlight, so
Acabam de testar
both MetaQuest and PlayStation,
PlayStation
so many
5
teams, it
e o
crosses the whole
MetaQuest, que é o
company.
VR
And it's
no,
been, this is
e
what
um,
had
e
been
um
one of the
jogo no
stickiest
Roblox.
on-schedule
Vamos
projects
ver o que o
we've ever
David
done.
Bazuki
It's
vai
been a
falar.
glimmer in our eye for the last year. The whole company's gotten in on this. And stay tuned, because there are more platforms to come. So let's go through today just a highlight. Of course, desktop, of course, mobile, of course, tablet, console, VR. For those of you that want to grab me off stage, I can give you a little hints. There's obviously one or two other platforms, so stay tuned. Okay. Finally, on the Roblox virtual economy, I'm about to hand it over to Manuel. We know we're
Bom,
trying to
eu
build the
não
largest
sei
virtual economy in the
se vai
world to support
ter
you.
mídia
And
física, né?
really
O
distribute
CD.
as much
Mas
of the Robux coming into
eu espero
Roblox
que,
to all of
eu não
you
sei,
to
na
power
verdade,
our
que
creation.
pro
Want to
Xbox não
highlight in
teve.
the last 12 months ended
Pro
June,
Xbox, se não
over
me engano, só
$680
teve
million distributed to this
versão
community, and we want to make this
online,
number as
né?
big as we can.
Você
So
pega lá na
thank you all.
Microsoft
I'm
Store,
going to be back in
já
a
que o
little
jogo
while,
é grátis,
but
né?
next up is
Não
Manuel, and he's
é
going to
jogo
share more
pago.
about the
Então
economy.
não é
So thank you.
Então acho que não, porque vai ser como o Roblox é pago.
Please welcome Roblox Chief Product
Não tem.
Officer, Manuel
Fica difícil.
Bronstein.
Vamos ver o vídeo agora aqui na RDC. Ah tá, só é pra apresentar Manuel.
All right. Good morning, RDC. It's so wonderful to be here.
Chefe de produção
And if you pay
da
close
Roblox.
attention to this slide, you may find your avatar in there, but it's actually better to see you all in real life. So I'm super excited to be here, and I want to start by sharing a heartfelt thank you. You're all the reason we're here. You're the driving force that motivates all of the work that we're putting into this platform we call Roblox. And it's been a monumental 12 months with tremendous user growth, engagement, and monetization. And it has been driven by all the work that you have done, creating new experiences, updating your existing experiences, creating avatars and avatar items, and of course, the videos that actually promote all this content. And before I go into the numbers, I want to illustrate the last 12 months of Roblox through the lens of your creations. We know you work incredibly hard to delight millions of users, and so you have. So, you showed us what's possible on the platform
Foram
through
distribuídos
experiences like Frontline.
680 milhões de
Lots
dólares
Fruits
para
became a massive global
desenvolvedores da
success,
Roblox.
and especially in markets like Brazil and Vietnam, users couldn't get enough of it. You brought the world together in fun competitions like RB battles. And you gave people a voice in experiences like Mic Up. Immersive avatar shopping became a thing, a really, really big thing, in experiences like Catalog Avatar Creator. And you saw it, we expanded our audience, and we opened up creation for 17 plus, and you gave us drinks on tap. And let's, of course, not forget about some of the classics. There are so many, like Ultimate Paintball, Work at a Pizza Place, Natural Disaster Survival, and so many more. Your passion and creativity never cease to amaze us, and I can't wait to see what you create in the next year. Thank you very much. So now, let's go into the numbers. I want to highlight some of the meaningful milestones we all crossed together in the last year. In 2022, collectively, all of your experiences got 210
Foi total de
billion
210 bilhões de
visits.
visitas
That's a huge number.
em todos os
And
jogos
more
do Roblox.
interestingly, it
Ano
was
passado, em
growing
2022,
28%
e
year over
54
year.
bilhões
We
de
also had
horas
users coming to your
geradas
experiences
em
and play
2022,
and
ano
spend time with
passado.
their friends for 54 billion hours. That's more than 2 billion days or 6 million years. It's pretty impressive. So now I want to go and take a closer look at some of the new experiences and some of the work that are gaining momentum in this year. 955 experiences crossed more than 5 million visits, like Pet Trading Card and Zoo World Tycoon. We have also 542 experiences crossing more than 10 million visits, like Tower Merge Simulator and Resistance Tycoon. And 30 experiences crossed more than 100 million visits, like Kart Ride Around Nothing and Steep Steps. Yeah. It's hard to believe, and it's very impressive that these experiences were just created in the last 12 months. But of course, if we take a look back, if we look 3 years back in time, up till to the June of this year, we had more than 55 experiences crossing 1 billion visits on the platform. That deserves a round of applause. Come on. And 5 of those experiences, as of June of this year, had crossed more than 10 billion visits. Experiences like Brookhaven, Adopt Me, Tower of Hell, Brock's Fruits, and Mip City. You're all showing amazing staying powers, and I want to congratulate you all. Congrats. So we continue to invest in our discovery system in support of this growth. For example, we're now serving more than 11 billion experience impressions every day. And that's helping connect users with more than 7 million experiences. And these numbers keep growing quarter over quarter. And I want to show you an example of what we're calling discovery velocity. Take a look at this. Early in June, Rainbow Friends released an update called Chapter 2. A day later, the algorithm picked it up through Friends activity, and you can see in the graph that small first bump. That information fed into our systems, and more recommendations were gathered by Rainbow Friends. And you can see the second biggest bump in terms of impressions. We're working really, really hard to accelerate these systems so that when you create something new or when you update your experiences, it can get picked up and put in front of many users. But I know you'll have a lot of questions about search and discovery. We have had many listening sessions, and in those, we have heard what you're looking for in a discovery system. And what we're doing is we're formulating a set of principles that are going to guide our product roadmap. And I want to share those principles with you. The first one is predictability. We know it's important for you to not have any surprises. So we're overhauling the way in which we do experimentation so that we minimize the number of surprises as we learn and iterate. The second one is transparency. I know you want to better understand how these systems make decisions on what they recommend. And the third one is agency, to give you control or give you the ability to influence the outcomes. This is going to be a multi-year journey and effort for us, but we're committing to developing the system using these principles, and we will communicate often as we make this progress. On the transparency front, I just want to share with you how we think about the role of search and discovery. We want to match users with experiences they will love and experiences they will value. Experiences that will increase their happiness and satisfaction. If we do this, we all win together, because more users will want to come to the platform more often, invite their friends over, and spend more time in your experiences. So how do we do that? Well, we use a large number of signals to actually infer whether users are going to be happy and engaged with the experiences that we present in front of them. We look at engagement, we look at retention, we look at social activity, we look at safety, freshness, demographic, monetization, and many more. And we keep looking for more and more signals that can actually make this recommendation system better. And the goal at the end of the day, as I mentioned, is to match users with experiences that we love. We've been iterating, and we improve the models with state-of-the-art machine learning. And this is helping our system bring more diverse, fresh, and newer experiences in front of users. And you can see the result. New experiences are finding more success on the platform, with 34% of the top 1,000 engaging experiences having been created in 2022. We're also working on search and improving search through international and semantic understanding. And the idea here is that through different languages, we can actually make the results of search more precise. In this example, we're searching for cooking competitions in Japanese. And the results were really, really good. And what we saw in Japan when we did that is that we had a great improvement that led to more plays from search, 15% more. And we're taking those learnings and apply them globally so that we can have that same result in every language. Now, I know many of you love analytics.
Dos players
this is another place where we try to bring transparency to you. And we're making a lot of investments. Hopefully, you're already familiar with our engagement, monetization, and retention dashboards. And they help you actually understand how your experience is performing and how can you improve the work that you're doing. This year, we released the real-time stats and error reporting that helps you monitor the performance of your experience. You don't have to trust me when I say this is valuable. You can read what your colleagues are already writing about it. They're using it every day to monitor the performance of their experiences. We also released the audience breakdown dashboard. With this one, you can see users in your experience by age, gender, country, and language. And this actually helps you inform feature development, what content to bring, how to market this experience.
Acabou de aparecer ali sobre
Well,
América do
I'm very
Sul.
excited about the next dashboard
tá.
that we're going to put in your hands.
As maiores audiências
It's
da
called the
Roblox é
Insights
na América do
dashboard.
Norte, que são
And this is a new
Estados
dashboard that
Unidos
was going to be
e
releasing
pouco
this
do Canadá.
month, where you're
E
going to be
aqui
able
no
to see
Brasil
very
são,
important stats,
são
real-time
os dois países com
information
mais
about
audiência
how your experience
de
is performing
com os maiores
relative to the
players
peer
de
set.
Roblox
Whether your engagement
no
is
mundo
good relative
inteiro,
to experiences that look like yours.
as Américas, a
where you're
Europa,
monetizing as well.
a Ásia
And
e
then it's
entre
going to
outras
point
aí
you
que eu esqueci
to
qual que
places
são.
where you can get information on how to improve your experience to
Mas no
achieve those
total,
goals.
as
This
duas
is going to be
maiores
super
são
useful, and
Estados
I can't wait for
Unidos
you to guys have it
e
in your hands.
Brasil, com o
And
número de
later this
jogadores
year,
de
in Q4,
Roblox.
we're going to be releasing the Avatar Marketplace Analytics. This is going to help all the content creators to understand their sales and revenue on the creator marketplace, on the Avatar Marketplace, and help you make decisions about what you create and about what you sell. We also know it's very important for you to have agency. And one of the ways we want to give you agency is to give you the means to reach out to your audience and connect with them and bring them back to your experiences. This year, we released player invite prompts, and we're already sending more than 13 million invites through notifications for people to come back into your experiences. Early in 2024, we're going to be releasing personalized notifications. This is going to be an API that is going to help you send relevant, timely, and personalized alerts based on social activity, based on events, and hopefully that will help you bring your users back into your experience. And we're developing more and more tools to help you increase your engagement. Now, as we continue to work on building a great user base and increasing the time that people are spending on the platform, we care as much about developing an opportunities for you to grow your business and to monetize your experiences. We're always looking for ways to share more with the community and to support the growth of creators of all types, whether you're an experienced creator, whether you're an avatar creator, or whether you're an assets and tool creator. And our economy has kept evolving. Let's take a look over time. 2012, we introduced Game Passes. 2013, the Developer Exchange Program and paid access. 2014, we expanded our offering with developer products. 2019 was the year that we introduced the UGC program, and 2020 engagement-based payouts. These investments has resulted in great earnings for all of you in the community. As Dave pointed out, we shared $680 million in the last 12 months. But if you look back, since 2018, all the way to June of this year, we have shared more than $2 billion back with the community. But we don't plan to stop there. We have a lot of interesting and exciting work going on in 2023 for the economy. And I'm sure you're going to make great use of it. So let me start by talking about the UGC program. In the last 12 months, 2 billion paid marketplace transactions. And out of those,
Em 12 meses,
766
exatamente
million
ano,
were for 3D
teve
items.
no marketplace
That's a 35% increase year over
arrecadou
year.
2
But we didn't stop there.
bilhões
Earlier this
de
year,
Robux,
we launched Limited,
aparentemente.
bringing real-world economic principles like
Acho que de
scarcity
Robux,
to
provavelmente.
drive demand that drive the resale and trading market. And, as always, you surprised us and you embraced it. And we've seen more than 2.5 million items sold. But what's more important is that those items are reselling, 80% of those items are reselling at a higher price than the original price they were created at. That's showing that scarcity drives demand and drives pricing. And this is going to be a very powerful tool for us to use as we continue to grow. Now, let's take a moment to celebrate the creator of some of the best-selling items last year. There are some very, very cool hairstyles. I may need some of those in real life. But I really, really want to congratulate you all. You keep creating amazing content, and the community is loving it. So congratulations to all of you. Now, we knew our user-generated content program wouldn't be complete without user-generated avatar, bodies, and heads. Roblox doesn't feel and believe that we should have a single avatar style. We have always looked for self-expression and creativity to shine on the platform. We want to offer users near infinite choices so that they can find an avatar that represents who they are or who they want to be. We opened up the program, and we started seeing what you're creating. And of course, you continue to delight us. Super, super cool stuff. And this is just a small sample. The heads that I'm seeing in the marketplace, the bodies that I'm seeing in the marketplace, it's
Aí
just
são os
amazing.
avatares foi
And
criado
all of
pela
these bodies
comunidade.
are
Aí vocês
using,
podem
and
ver
heads
temos
are
o
using our
Billy.
latest technology, R15, layer clothing, dynamic heads. The reason we want that is because we want avatars to be expressive so that people can use them for communication and when they engage in connecting experiences like the ones you saw and Dave and others demoed today. I'm incredibly excited to see what you all keep creating because I imagine a future when we look at the avatars on Roblox and there's no one single style. There's like breadth of avatars across the place and people can find something that really they feel connected to. Now, Dave mentioned this, and I'm incredibly excited about this one. There was one more step in our creative vision that we needed to deliver on, and that is to make it possible for anyone to create and sell on the marketplace and on Roblox. This is a monumental step, but it's one that we don't take lightly. We started talking to the community, and we heard your feedback. And we know that as we invite everyone to create on the platform, we want to build a system with accountability to drive safety and civility. We also want to create a very scalable marketplace, supporting high quality, supporting healthy prices. And lastly, we want to make sure that the marketplace as a whole becomes very healthy, helping you support and manage your IP as you create this content. I'm incredibly excited about releasing and starting to roll this out in the coming months. This is going to open up opportunity on the platform for anyone. And as we continue to improve our creation tools, I can imagine a world where everybody, every single person, all of those daily active users also become creators on the platform. And that's going to be huge. Now, let me talk a little bit about immersive ads. We have been working together to define what advertising looks like in 3D immersive experiences. This is completely novel. Creators and advertisers are seeing a ton of value as we are putting this content and these experiences and these portals out there. In July of 2023, developers outside of the top 100 who publish a portal started making, on average, 14% of their earnings from ads. And this is just the beginning. I want to take one example. Let's look at Avatar Outfit Creator, which launched in 2022. This experience primarily monetized through affiliate fees and engagement-based payout. In May of 2023, they decided to bring immersive ads into their experience. And by July of this year, of that same year, they were seeing more than 27% of their earnings coming from advertising. But what's more important and what's critical is that they did this through portals and they didn't see any drops in engagement or in users. Our goal is to continue to build these systems in a way that makes advertising great value for those who want to market and advertise on the platform, but also we want them to become a meaningful source of revenue for all of you. Okay, we've made material investments in advertising and marketplace, and we're always on the lookout for something new, for something that is going to help you build your business. And I'm incredibly excited to announce a new capability that we've been working on that we're going to release later this year. Later this year, you're all going to have the ability to sell recurring subscriptions within your experiences. It's going to be huge. With these subscriptions, you're going to be in control. You're going to be able to decide what do you want to offer inside of that subscriptions, what benefits. You're going to be able to select price points, and you're going to be able to promote these subscriptions to all of your users. I'm expecting your most engaged and loyal fans will want to become subscribers, and they're going to generate a monthly revenue and a monthly predictable revenue for all of you. So this is going to be huge. You're going to have it in your hands
Agora
later
você
this year, and I can't wait to see
tá
what you
anunciando
create.
aqui que agora você pode comprar como se
Okay,
fosse...
so we share improvements in support of avatar creators
como
and
podemos
experience
dizer?
creators. But there's one group of creators that is very, very
Sabe
important
se
for
já
our
membro do
ecosystem.
YouTube? Então, você
I'm
paga
talking
por
about the
mês
talented creators
pra
of
ter
assets and tools
alguma
in
Game
the creator
Pass
marketplace.
ou
These are
alguma
the
coisa
creators
dentro
of
do
models,
jogo, você vai
images,
ser cobrado por
meshes,
mês, e não
plugins,
como uma Game
audio, and
Pass
more.
que você compra
They
uma
make
vez e
creation on
pronto,
Roblox
acabou.
more approachable,
Vai ser cobrado
especially
por
for
mês.
novices, but also
E
more
se você
powerful
quiser
for all of
parar
us in
se
the
você quiser
platform.
cancelar,
Can I get
você
a round of
cancela. Se
applause
você
for our
continuar,
devoted
se você
creators of
quiser
assets and
continuar
tools?
pagando por mês, você continua pagando até você
I want to share a
quiser.
stat with you.
Vai ser somente, vai
Nearly
ser cobrado
60% of
por
developers on the platform
mês.
are using assets and tools from the creator marketplace created by this community. So with that in mind, today we have a huge announcement for them. By the first half of next year, we will be passing 100% of net proceeds, that's minus taxes and fees, on the creator marketplace to those who are created assets and tools for all of you to use. This is the highest revenue share in the market today, and something we're very, very eager to invest in. We are very confident that by doing this, we're going to have an amazing flywheel where people are going to be using these assets and tools, creating better experiences that attract more users to the platform. And I can't wait to release the program early next year. We're going to share more details as the day approaches. All right, so there you have it. We're really committed to listening and to creating a thriving ecosystem that supports creators of all types as you grow both your audience and your business on Roblox. I really can't wait to be here, standing next year, looking at everything you have created with these tools. We are going to be accomplishing a lot of things together. Have an amazing RDC. Thank you very much.
Please welcome Roblox Chief Technology Officer, Daniel Sturman.
So good to see all of you here. So what I have the distinct pleasure of taking you through now is a lot of the deep tech we've been building over the past year and some of the cool stuff we have queued up for the next year. I'm going to build on what Manuel and Dave took you through and show you some of the insides of how those key pieces work. But then there's a lot of really cool stuff in our engine and platform I'm going to tell you about as well. So with that, I want to start with one of the key announcements that we just made, talk to you a bit about that. And that is, of course, the fact that we're going to be launching on PlayStation next month. And with that, of course, we're going to be moving MetaQuest from beta to full production later this month. So it's 2 new platforms. Now, what's equally exciting from my point of view is how we did this, that we've rebuilt our technology to position us incredibly well to launch new platforms in the future. So it's not just about these 2. It's about all the things we can do going forward. I want to talk to you a little bit about how we did that. So it used to be we'd have a code base for every platform. So we started on Windows, and then we had Mac with OS X, and that was a different code base and changes. We went from there, of course, to iOS and to Android, each of these requiring a different code base, and then finally Xbox. And as we're going through this, and I think this effort started probably 5 years ago for us, we realized this wasn't going to scale. You can't keep building platforms and expecting to maintain them all and move all the new features each time you have them on each one, because we get to 20 platforms. Imagine the craziness there, right? So how do we approach this? We thought, where can we find a platform that allows us to build our code once and run it anywhere? We thought about it, oh yeah, we know one of those. It's Roblox, right? So we are now building what we call the universal app, exactly how you guys build your experiences. We build most of what we do in Luau, and we run it on our game engine. We have this idea of a C++ game engine that compiles in a pretty straightforward way onto any platform. But then we have these platform abstractions. And that's the key effort in supporting a new platform. But they're well-defined, and they're limited. Things like voice calling that we just enabled for Roblox Connect. But then everything else we do, think of the avatar editor, the marketplace, the home page, that's all Luau code. So that can just directly follow as soon as we do this porting. It also has the other big advantage that these platform abstractions, in some cases, make a lot of sense for the whole community to use. So again, like voice calling. So when we build these out, we can just expose them to you to use through your experience code as well. It all works out really well. The result is that we end up with now 7 platforms and we can keep growing. Now, there's one catch in all of this. There's a little bit of a difference between a phone and a console. On a phone, we have a small screen. It's all touch, UX. And then if you think about something like Xbox, you have this big screen. It's away from the user using a gamepad. So we had to account for that. We can't have one user experience fits all. But we made this move where we said, we're not going to build this in our code like, well, if it's an iPhone, do this. If it's Xbox, do the other. But instead, we said, let's have these characteristics. We'll have the idea of a small screen, a big screen, a gamepad, a touch control. And that will allow us to mix and match, and also allows us to really position ourselves for the future. So this gets us to 7 different platforms today: Android and iOS, Mac OS, Windows OS, Xbox, MetaQuest, and of course, PlayStation. And by the way, as an aside here, it was a straightforward port for us to get earlier this year, this running on native Mac hardware as well. But then now we're looking at the future. And we're seeing a possible explosion in devices with VR and AR, and we feel very well prepared to take us wherever that journey goes. Next, I want to take you through some of the cool tech behind our avatars. You saw a lot from Dave and Manuel about avatars, and it's all about choice and flexibility. You can see here I have 4 avatars that I tend to use on the platform, and they're all somewhat different. Depends on the mood I'm in. And that's the choice we want every user on the platform to have. The question is, how do we get there? How do we enable all this tech to happen? And it starts with how do we enable you as a creator community to bring all sorts of cool avatars to the platform for our users to use. So I'm going to walk you through kind of those steps and some of the innovations we've made here just in the past year, and some things that are coming as well. So you could be in Blender, you can build a body, right? And there's a step here I'm going to skip and come back to, but you can try it out with, say, some clothing, but now you want to bring it into Roblox. And in the past, when you did that, you didn't quite know how things were going to perform. So you can save this file, and you can import it. And by the way, now we support GLTF, yet another standard for us to be able to load things with. It uploads into Roblox, and now you can bring it directly into an avatar preview, right? And here you can try out facial expressions, you can try out layered clothing, you can try out accessories, all within this previewer, so you know this creation actually works. You can even try out emotes, as you can see here. Now, what was the step I skipped? Hidden in that very quick video was the fact that you have to worry about skinning, and you have to worry about caging, and you have to worry about segmentation, a bunch of other things that have nothing to do with the actual image you're creating or the avatar you're creating, but how they work on Roblox. And so I'm really excited to announce that over the course of the next year, we're going to be deploying ML tools that take care of all of that for you. You're not going to have to worry about how you make a whole face be rigged or how a body moves. That's all going to be done by the ML under the covers, making this process so much faster. I'd be remiss, though, if I forgot about accessories. Each different avatar looks slightly different. You want to get those accessories to look perfectly awesome with your avatar. So we're building an API. This API will allow you to move, scale, and rotate avatars, or accessories on your avatar. Starting with that so you can bring this directly in your experiences. And of course, we're going to eventually load this into Avatar Editor as well.
No meio da live, a bloxRádio chegou a 893 inscritos.
Now, one of the coolest things we shipped this year was facial expression on avatars. And I want to give you some idea of how that actually works. This is just so cool from a deep tech point of view. So what we do is we use the camera on the device and we capture a video. But we're not shipping that video anywhere. Instead, we have an ML algorithm running on each and every device that infers over 50 different points on the face and how they're moving. That is what we transmit up to Roblox's cloud, and that's what comes back down to every device and then can be translated onto any dynamic head on the platform. So this is really cool for a few reasons. First, we're not sending video everywhere. Sending video everywhere is incredibly expensive. We'll chew CPUs, we'll chew bandwidth. It's just not efficient. Secondly, we're not sending video anywhere, and from a privacy point of view, that's awesome. Your pictures, the user's photos, are not moving up to Roblox as we do this. But then there's a third advantage, which is because we're using an ML algorithm, we can tune that algorithm based on device. On lower-end devices, we can tweak that algorithm down so it uses less battery, but you still get reasonably good facial expression. We can even ship a custom-made lower-end ML model when necessary to really be efficient. And then on the higher-end devices, it can run at a higher speed and have higher fidelity. So it allows us to really respect each of our users and optimize for power and CPU without giving up functionality in the platform, that only high-end devices get this capability. So, yeah, some applause there, right? We want to take this to the next level, though. So this is something that's coming this year, where we're going beyond the head, and we're starting to talk about the entire upper body. So now think of the expressiveness you'll get off a camera with this. You can see here, it captures arm movement, shoulder movement, how you turn your body as well as your head. Of course, totally controllable by users. They can turn this off if they want it, independent of facial expression. They get all the control. But I'm really excited to pair this with, for example, Roblox Connect and the expressiveness you'd see when you do that. And then I want to touch one more thing on how we've thought about Roblox Connect. It's not too often we build an experience, and we really wanted to respect all of you as we built it. And Dave mentioned this, it's entirely open sourced. And with that, it means every API we're using is now a platform API. There are no secret APIs in any of this. So here are some examples. The ability to toggle selfie view on and off, open or close your phone book to see a caller list. Where do you move to when a call is completed? Maybe you have a special place in your experience that's a phone booth. These sorts of APIs, we're opening all of them, and what we're hoping for, what we're expecting, is you're going to take these concepts, combine it with spatial voice, combine it with avatar expression, and do things we never dreamed of in your experiences. We're really looking forward to that. So I've walked us through some of the tech behind some of the announcements you heard already. But I know what you're all really here for. You're here because you want to hear, what are we doing to the engine of the platform that just make your experiences sing even more than they already do, make it easier to build those. So I'm going to take you through some of the cool stuff we're doing in the engine and the platform, and some of the new features you can expect to use in your experiences right away. I wanted to shout out to Voldex and Driving Empires for this awesome video, this awesome car here. I thought it was appropriate when we're talking about fidelity and performance, right? And also, congratulate them. They've been nominated for a Roblox Innovation Award for Most Immersive Experience. Good luck on that. So anyway, we have done a bunch of cool stuff in the engine this year. In fact, so much so, sometimes to me, it just feels like we're flying. This is aerodynamics. Pretty cool stuff. And for those, we just got this into studio beta, I think just a few weeks ago, and we'll be launching over the course of the year. The thing to note there, in case you're not familiar with this, none of that was Lua code making that behavior happen. That was all just the physics of the interaction between wind, lift, and drag in the engine. Yeah, we're pretty excited about it, too. And as you can see the example here, that can be airplanes that are flying around, or, for example, here, leaves floating in the wind. But we're not stopping with just global wind and lift and drag. Over the course of the next year, we're going to take those same concepts and bring them to other fluids in the universe, notably water, hydrodynamics. And then going beyond the global wind concept, we're going to have prescribed wind. like a wind tunnel in some part of your experience, or let's say a windy cavern in a Western type experience. So you can control wind in different parts of your universe, and of course with that then, the behavior and how aerodynamics interact. So really excited to get all of this into your hands over the course of the next year. Now, you saw global wind and how leaves blow in the wind. Wouldn't it also be cool to have grass blowing in the wind too, right? So our engineers have been working on it, and even though some say watching grass grow can be incredibly boring, I've been eager to inspect their progress really closely. Yeah. And by the way, in case you can't figure out from the video, this is right. We are going to be enabling you to control the height and density of grass in your experience. This is something you all been asking for. We're so happy to deliver it. As you can see, on this one, I've really gotten into the reeds. Now, more seriously, this is what it's going to look like. And this is going to be available in the next month or so. You can see the grass blowing in the wind. You can see size changing. This is initially going to be a non-scriptable property in Roblox Studio. And over time, I'll open it up as an open API that you can control. So I know this is a big deal for a lot of you. The number of times I walked around this event and heard people talk to me about grass height and control over that, I'm so excited to finally be getting this out to you. Now, I've shown you a bunch of really cool graphics stuff, but an equally important part of any experience is what does it sound like? So I want to talk a little bit about what we're doing in audio. And that is we're launching a new audio API soon. And this is going to take a concept of having emitters and listeners and be able to wire together and do all sorts of cool things. I'll give you a quick, take a listen here. More to hear than to see. It's fully spatial. So as you move around in your world, it's integrated with spatial voice. You can see that microphone picks up from the other speaker. You can start thinking of doing things
Agora, aparentemente, você pode colocar áudio que vai tocar e esse áudio vai estar sendo tocado numa caixa de som que você queira e coloque no seu jogo.
So for places where you don't
Você
want
pode
spatial
colocar
and you want
para
just
você
direct
colocar uma
connections
música
for non-spatial
dentro do seu
communication,
jogo.
you'll be able to do that too. So really excited about how this is going to bring all these experiences even more to life. We're not going to stop with audio, though. We're also been working on video. So I'm excited to say, coming soon, we will have short-form video available on the platform for all creators who are 13 and over and ID verified. It's going to be limited to 30 seconds. Yep. 30-second videos, up to 3 uploads a month. Of course, we have a rigorous safety and vetting process behind all of this. And as we all get more comfortable with this on the platform, we'll open it up and be able to have less restrictions. But we have a few cool ideas of things you can do. You can do things like tutorials with this. You can do cutscenes. Had to let that play, right? Even just background detail. In fact, the Roblox Career Center, which is something we built to do recruiting at Roblox, uses these videos extensively. So this is all going to be coming to you. We're really excited about it, and I expect you'll find all sorts of amazing ways to use video on the platform. So I'd be remiss if I didn't talk about lighting. We've been on a lighting journey for a few years, and we've continued to make some incredible progress. Our high-end lighting for high-end devices continues to be awesome. You can see here the incredible shadows, light reflection, specular highlights off the floor. I kind of wonder what the specular highlights off my head would look like. Right? But really just incredible. And it's in the past been available on Mac and PC and consoles and then iPhone. I'm really excited we're going to be bringing this to high-end Android devices as well. The challenge, of course, is when you go to a mid-range or more modest device, you get this lighting, which by no means is bad. We love it. But it's not as great as that future lighting model we had before with the voxel lighting here. So we really want to address that. And what's going to be coming soon is a new lighting model for low-end and modest-end devices that looks much more like this. You get much more of the shadows. You don't quite get everything you get in the high-end lighting, but that's what we're driving for. And here, just so you can see, these are the two side by side. You can see a little bit more effect in the high-end lighting, but just I think that the new future voxel model looks really, really slick. What do you guys think? Right? So you'll see a general theme here. We want to make sure everything works great on high-end devices, but then really well on any device. That's a big part of what your users need and what we promise to you as a platform. So you don't have to modify for that. But I, therefore, want to get into one of the biggest things we've been doing that we think really enables devices everywhere and performance, which is streaming. So we've worked really hard on streaming, and we made some big improvements this year. Just to give you a quick example of this experience loading, loads in 4 seconds with streaming versus over 30 without it. Big difference. In general, we've made so many improvements this year on streaming. We feel it can be deployed much more widely. All the templates have it on by default for new experiences, though you can, of course, turn it off. We've seen results like 25 to 30% average reduction in out-of-memory crashes on devices, 25 to 30% average reduction in join times across devices. So it really makes a difference for users, particularly if they don't have a great network connection or if they're on a lower-end device. We've made a number of improvements, though, and a lot of those have centered about partnering with you. This idea that you could give us hints about your experience so we could all do streaming better. So I have here kind of a mock-up of kind of like the computer scene when we do streaming. In the blue, that's like the proximate area. That's where everything automatically gets loaded. But then we have this pink area where we have a lot of flexibility. And that's kind of the rest of your world. And in the past, that could just kind of load, or it might not load. And that might work for your experience or might not. But if you enable level of detail, LOD, we've put a lot of effort in making those LOD models, very low-res versions of everything, load faster and look much more realistic. So it makes the whole experience better and feel like you've loaded it quickly. We've also, like I said, some of these hints and controls. So if you're worried about pauses, even in that blue area up there, you can set pause outside loaded area. And by doing that, it means, hey, unless I'm physically interacting with the device or the item, let's just go without pausing. You can do things like there's a railroad up there, or a street road up there. You can make things persistent. So you say, look, this always has to be streamed in. I know my experience. I'm always going to need it. Never stream it out. And you can even do things like the model that's in the green box up there, make things atomic. So you say either load it all or don't. It really cuts back on how many wait for child calls you got to make when you're working with streaming. So we're pretty excited what's going, and we're going to continue to work on this until it works for all your experiences. Now that brings me in general to the concept of scale. And scale is something we're always working on. Hopefully you don't see any of it. You shouldn't have to worry about it, but I wanted to give you an update on where we're at. 2 years ago, we were at like 37,000 servers. We've grown that now to 135,000 servers in our Roblox cloud, supporting your experiences and all the users who come to them. Right? That's a lot of growth. That's about a 4x growth in servers over just the past 2 years. And it's not just servers are growing, but bandwidth has almost doubled over the same time period as well. So we're really continuing to make sure there's always the capacity to run your experiences and run them well so that you don't have to worry about that. But another big thing we've been focused on is reliability. No one's more bummed than we are when Roblox is down, and you hear frustration from you guys as well. And we made some really big improvements over the past year. So just comparing the first 6 months of 2022 to the first 6 months of 2023, we used to be at 98.9% available. This year, it was 99.6% available. That's a 65% reduction in downtime, which is, just to put that in terms where you can understand better, about 125 million engagement hours each month that we're not losing. We're not done yet, though. Our goal for this time next year is to be at 3 nines availability. That's 99.9%. And our long-term goal for the platform is 4 nines availability. That's 99.99% available. To put that in terms you can probably understand, that's less than 1 hour of downtime a year. That's what we're aiming for. Take us a bit of time to get there. So how are we getting there? There's a lot of hard engineering, and I want to walk you through some of the really cool stuff we're doing on the back end to make this work. So we used to just have a single data center in Chicago, a big monolith, as we called it. We didn't want to be in that situation. We built, 2 years ago, a new data center in Ashburn that we can manually fall over to if the worst happens in Chicago. But this year, we've been focused on this really cool concept we call cells, cellular data centers. This is where we take each of these data centers and we kind of break them into autonomous units that fail independently, and we can stripe all our backend services across cells. I'm really excited that our top 20 services by capacity are all already on cells, and we're working on the rest. And then over the course of 24, our focus shifts to what we're calling active data centers. This is where we have multiple data centers in different parts of the country, all working together, so if we lose one or part of one, we can fail over to the others seamlessly with no manual intervention. Now, all that can sound kind of complex, and I think the best point of all of this is you actually don't need to worry about any of it. You build experiences the way you've always built experiences, and these reliability improvements are just going on in the background. And that is very different than folks who are building custom backends on other platforms and having to spend a lot of time building this availability into their systems as they get to scale. Okay, so now I do want to talk about safety and stability. This is just so important to the platform. At least it is to me. You guys all agree, like, safety is what separates us, right, from, like, the chaos that is the rest of the internet, right? So we've been working hard on this on two fronts. First, as you'll see, we've been pushing the envelope on what the leading edge tech in the world is around how to make environments safe and civil. But also, we've started a new set of efforts around how do we partner better with you so that we can have tools that enable us to work together on moderation, safety, civility within an experience. It's something I've heard from a lot of you that you want to be able to do. So I'm going to take you through some of that. But first, since we were just talking about reliability, I have to say it's not too often when a team comes to me and say, hey, we've broken everything, I actually smile. But that's what we did this year with what we did with exploits. We broke all the exploits on Windows with the rollout of our new Hyperion technology. I heard so much from many of you last year that you just needed us to fix this problem, that you weren't able to build competitive games, that the exploiters were all over your experiences, that this was not OK. We put a lot of effort in, and Hyperion was the launch of that, and we're really pleased of the impact that's had on Windows. Like I said, it broke all the existing exploits. It dramatically reduced the amount of cheating we had reported. It basically made chatbots on Windows extinct. Really big impact here, but we know that's not enough. However, we got some great quotes around this from our community of exploiters, right? Things like, I'll just read some of these to you. A sad year for exploiters. Or my favorite here was, it's already been multiple hours without me exploiting. I just can't go outside and touch grass. I've come too far. I can't go back now, right? They sound pretty bummed out. I can't really feel too bad for them. We're not stopping there, though. Of course, exploiters are going to move to other platforms. Over the next few months, we're going to roll out Hyperion on the Microsoft Store app. And we're starting to take on Android as the next big platform for this, starting to move those capabilities over, detecting modified binaries, obscuring security code within the app. We think we have a good beat on this. My commitment to you is we're not going to stop until you're not thinking about exploiters at all. You're just thinking about how to build the next killer competitive game on the platform. There's another area that's come up this year that we're also very focused on. I want to give you an update on, and that's DDoS. So this year, we've made some big progress rolling out a technology called UDMux that protects all of our game servers from broad-based, high-powered denial-of-service attacks on the platform. And that's about 75% rolled out. At this point, we expect to soon be at 100%. We also rolled out a new API called a Fair Resource Sharing API. What that does, it avoids more individualized DDoS attacks where someone can make very expensive API calls over and over and over again, thereby slowing the experience down. That's about 50% rolled out. You can kind of think of this as like a bouncer at a party that keeps any given client from eating up all the server snacks in the experience. Right? So we're not going to stop there, though. The folks who are trying to do this, they continue to innovate, and so are we. Our teams are actively at work. In fact, there were changes rolling out yesterday, probably even this morning, a little bit risky, to continue to push on this DDoS issue. And my commitment again to you is we're not going to stop until these guys are a thing of the past. I also want to spend some time on that other category of safety things we're doing, which is around how do we work together. And we've started to roll out some APIs around that. The first I want to talk about is the isVerified API. This allows you in your experience to understand if a user is either phone or ID verified. You can see here a great experience from Sketchy Laboratories called Boxing Beta. And they kind of use that to highlight this checkmark. Yeah, right? Round for Boxing Beta. We're going beyond that, though, to building a banning API that will be rolling out later this year. A lot of you have told me how much work you have to build from scratch to build your own banning systems in your experiences. So we're going to give you an API that makes that straightforward to do. But again, right? It gets better, though. It gets better because, first of all, we can then take those signals. We see the same user is being banned in a bunch of experiences. That gives us a lot of useful information. And then, even better, is as we expand this API, we'll be able to integrate our own alt account detection into this API. So if you ban someone once, when they come back, or better put, they're not coming back, right? And then we're starting to do things. Now that we have age guidelines on the experience, we understand different experiences may want to dial in how they treat age somewhat differently. So if you think about a 17+ experience, you may want to really relax the text filter from the default in a 17+ experience. You know everyone in there is 17 or older. So we're going to give you APIs to be able to do that as well. And this is the first of, I think, many, as we give you a lot more customization over the safety and the nature of your own experiences. Now, we're talking about text, but one of our biggest launches this year was around voice. Voice poses some really, let's say, interesting moderation challenges. That's right. And it's something we started working on earlier this year, is we realized we had to do something that had never been done before. It's a fun discussion that I have with an engineer team. I say, we need to build something like this. And they go, it can't be done. I say, we need to build something like this, back and forth. Well, we did build it, and I'm really proud of the team on this. I'm going to give you a quick demo. Now, just so you know, I know you're all really sensitive. So we really kind of tuned up the gain on the filtering here. The beeping you hear also wouldn't occur in a real experience. It's there to protect your ears. But it gives you an idea of what this is all about and how we're doing voice moderation.
Oh, shit. Where did our friends go?
Yeah, so the first experimental rollout of this technology is going to be in English. And what we're going to do is when we detect inappropriate behavior, and it's not just swearing. We look for swearing, we look for dating, we look for our usual categories of policy misalignment. We're going to pop up this reminder or nudge to users and remind them that they can't talk like this on the platform. As we get more confidence in this AI, we will, of course, be able to take more direct action. But I'm really excited about this. Like, no one in the world, as far as we know, has deployed voice moderation at scale. And this AI doesn't just use the words, which was kind of the best state of the art. It listens to the tone of voice, which we know makes such a difference in vocal communications. So excited this is coming and something we're able to deliver to you. And now, the last thing I want to talk about, a lot of this was enabled, the voice moderation, through advances in artificial intelligence. And we've been focused on that in particular around generative AIs. And we think generative tools are going to empower all of you to go so much faster and take so much of the daily grind out of what you have to do and enable you to focus on your creativity. So earlier this year, we launched materials generation, and we launched coding assist. In case you haven't seen it, I just want to show you what that looks like. So here, we're modifying the card just with English prompts. And we're building some really sick materials with that would take forever to build. These are not out of any catalog. They're being generated on the fly. You can also, through text, English text, start to give behavior, like here, how headlights should work on the car, enabling that without any direct coding. And you can go beyond that to talk about the world as well, so maybe changing the weather and experience, again, just with a set of English prompts and having that translated just in a code. This is just the start of where we're going with generative AI. And the last thing I want to touch on is something we're calling Roblox Assistant. Now, Nick and Tien are going to be up here later, and I don't want to steal all their thunder, but I wanted to give you a taste for what it looks like when you add a conversational AI to Roblox Studio. Take a look at this.
Hi there, what can I help you build?
I want to make a game set in ancient ruins.
Great idea. I got started by scattering some assets to create ruins. Here's what I used: ruin columns, rubble, rock wall, ancient statue.
Make the players spawn by a campsite in the ruins.
I inserted a campfire from Marketplace and moved the spawn next to the fire.
Add some trees for the player to chop down.
I have placed copies of a tree around the ruins and varied their position and rotation.
Can you use a variety of tree models? I'd like to have a more northern feel.
Sure. I've swapped a few of the trees with other assets closer to your description. Tall evergreen tree, birch tree.
So, isn't that awesome? I hope you all are as excited
Acabaram
about
de
the
falar
deliveries
que
here as I am, and
a
especially about
inteligência
where we're going with this platform.
artificial
I really
vai
want to
estar
thank you
criando
so
para
much for being
você
here, and thank you for all that
que
you
você
do on
quiser
Roblox.
no Roblox Studio. Agora vamos
Please,
estar
welcome
entrando
back,
no intervalo
David
da
Baszucki.
RDC 2023. 30 minutinhos de intervalo. Também vamos estar entrando no intervalo aqui na... Ah não, deixa o Bazuco vai entrar. Deixa quieto, não vamos entrar em intervalo não.
Okay, just want to...
Deixa quieto.
Okay, we're getting close. For
Bye.
those of you that have been here before, you may be thinking there's one more thing we're going to touch on, but before we do that, I just want to highlight what Dan said about civility on our platform. It really is the foundation of everything we do. And when Roblox was small and there were 4 of us, within a month of launching, all 4 of us were acting as moderators on the platform. So we have a lot of empathy for how important this is. And look at where it's brought us, right? This most amazingly civil platform. We have a really amazing vision for this, whether it's safety and civility around private one-on-one conversations, whether it's safety and civility about big outdoor spaces. What you're going to see from us is a very flexible, adaptable safety and civility structure that handles all of this. Quick highlight on 3 directions we're going. The first is we want each of you to be able to instill the policies of your own experience. And that means in addition to Roblox-wide policy, I sometimes talk about if I was making a mermaid experience, I might say no one can make fun of mermaids, okay? And we would allow you to make that part of your policy in written text. The second is, just as we talked about avatars and having you create them, more and more, and also like our analytics tools, we want you to help manage your community if you want to. That includes customer service, that includes moderation. So we're going to be making that available to you. And then the more ML we have, and ultimately ML as a service, ML as something that can support safety, we want you to be able to tap into that to build and run your community. Okay, so it's been an amazing morning, but we have one last thing we've got to do here. And it seems like 20 years ago, but it was only 5 years ago where we came up with the idea of we're going to make 5-year predictions, and we were going to make them so ridiculously ambitious that each one of them at the time seemed impossible. 5 years is up, so let's do a quick scorecard of those 5-year predictions. 58%, okay, which I'm pretty proud of. And it includes a 100-person company on Roblox. I heard last night there is a 200-person company on Roblox. So yeehaw, woo! It seemed ridiculous to imagine a developer making $50 million a year. We shared some of that. That has happened, and many more things. So 58% actually feels just about right. It's aggressive. We hit about 6 out of 10, and it's a very special RDC because it's time for new predictions, okay? Woo! These predictions are all supported by you. You have been powering these predictions, and the creative community on Roblox has been the engine that's driven these. So knowing now the power of our creative community, we can supercharge our next 5-year predictions. Okay, here they are. Do any of you remember Dave Letterman? Okay, number 10. A Fortune 500 company will use a Roblox experience as part of their recruiting process, okay? This is mind-blowing because it goes to the notion that Roblox is a utility platform. We're introducing OAuth. We're introducing ways for companies to log in. We're introducing ways for educational institutions to log in. So this really stretches the platform nature that one product can do this. Next up, a school will integrate a full K through 12 curriculum with Roblox, including language classes and virtual field trips, and we'll see this in 5 years. We have already seen start of the K-12 curriculum start to roll out. The better we get at voice, the better we get at automatic language processing. That view that a school in the United States might have a partner school in Argentina and they can go hang out there using voice translation, we're pretty sure this is going to happen. Number 8. Now, there's a lot of caveats here, so let's not go crazy, okay? So notice double caveat. 17 plus verified with photo ID, in 17 plus experience, but we do believe there's enormous population where traditional ways of meeting are scary, awkward, and ultimately we think 3D simulated meeting, I'm not going to use the D word, but subsequently real-life relationships is going to happen, okay? And we're going to build a platform to support that. Number 7, in 5 years inside Roblox, we will spend more time doing meetings in Roblox than with video on Mondays and Fridays when we're not in the office. We're already prototyping this. I already do some of my meetings with Roblox, avatar animation, and video. By that time, of course, we'll have interactive whiteboards. By that time, of course, we will have screen sharing. And by that time, meetings of 5 or 6 people are going to seem infinitely more connected than 5 panels on my screen. Body language, audio, eye tracking, what everyone's doing. Number 6. We'll share a universal civility metric, kind of like Gallup or something like this, and we're going to see that with the gentle nudges we do on our platform, rather than a dystopian fall-off, in general, the people on our platform show increased civility. And I think this is going to be huge for our platform. It's going to power us in many, many ways. To be a billion daily active user platform, this will be the foundation that we rest on. Number 5, a hint to the future. In addition to all of the amazing economic things and stuff we've shared with you, in 5 years, some of the creators on platform will make more money with physical good merchandise than virtual good merchandise sold through your experience. And when we think about it, it's absolutely obvious, right? We can think of many experiences, many vendors where a 3D immersive physical shopping experience just makes sense. It's kind of like, of course it has to happen. Okay, so leading up to number 4, there's 4, I have a family, there's 4 Bazooki siblings. They're so burned out on Roblox, right? They've been watching this for 20 years. They're very cynical. But in 5 years, through the quality of things like the communication apps you build and Roblox Connect and Voice, I'm going to predict organically our family is using Roblox as a frequent communication channel. And this is going to be very difficult, but I'm pretty sure it's going to happen. Okay, number 3, this one seems almost too easy based on what I've seen in the last week. And this is the notion that we're going to see a top fashion designer emerge digital first and then physical. We're going to see an amazingly creative, famous worldwide fashion designer, got their start on a platform, Roblox, amazing creativity, and then the physical world mirrors that. Okay, and then we're going to hold on number 1 because I'm going to build on that one. But let's, first off, you already saw it today. You saw not just face tracking, but body tracking. Of course, we love recorded concerts. Of course, we love mocap suits. But we really love is the spontaneity of putting your phone on a music stand, performing live to millions of people. And our prediction is that in 5 years, we'll see a live performance with 1 million people with really camera-tracked animation in real life. Okay, and then finally, based on what we've seen, and this is a little bit of an aggressive one, but I do see all the signs that this is going to happen as we have this confluence of connection, economy, amazing creators all coming together with brands. Our prediction is in 5 years, we'll see a Roblox creator valued at $1 billion, okay? So that is my top prediction. It's crazy. It's going to happen. So thank you all. Awesome. Now, the difficult thing about doing this live with all of you, these are etched in stone. So we are fully committed. These can never change. We will be here over the next 4 years, and we will see you in 2028 for the review of this. I'm shooting for 60 to 70% here. Okay, so finally, in closing, we're just getting started at the highest level together. We're doing something very big, and that is we're reimagining how people come together to play, to learn, to work, to communicate. And in coming together, we're so optimistic because bringing people together supports communication and dialogue. So we are all a part of it. It's literally a great time to be alive, and I'm so glad to be doing it with all of you. So thank you so much, and we'll see you after lunch.
Bom, agora eles vão estar entrando em um intervalo e também já voltamos. Vamos dar um intervalo aqui também rapidão e já voltamos aqui para falar sobre a primeira parte da RDC 2023.
Bora resumir o que é.
Bora. Bom, galera, vamos estar resumindo aqui agora o que foi falado nas palestras, né? Por enquanto. Bom, no início das palestras, o David Baszucki falou que o Roblox tem 65,5 milhões de usuários ativos diariamente. Os jogadores de Roblox gastam em média 2,3 horas por dia jogando. Em 2022, 15 milhões de jogos / experiência foram visitadas no Roblox. O Roblox tem 5,4 milhões de usuários ativos diretamente só no Brasil e 787 mil jogadores diariamente na Índia. Daqui a 6 meses, no máximo, o GC público já estará lançado e disponível para todos os tipos de itens. Em um longo prazo, o Roblox permitirá a criação de avatares automaticamente utilizando uma imagem que será analisada por uma inteligência artificial. Ou seja, você manda uma foto sua e ele faz um avatar para você. Lembrando que eu tô pegando tudo isso do RTC em português. Roblox melhorará suas animações e adicionará novas como andar, cair, agachar e etc. Pode falar, Emanuel.
Bom, agora que a gente tá meio que no intervalo da RTC, não, RDC na verdade, desculpa, queremos que vocês interajam aí no chat. O que vocês acharam aí da RTC sobre as palestras? O que vocês acharam de tudo que aconteceu até agora? Então, pode falar. Quê? Tô te ouvindo. Tá, certo. Bom, respondendo aqui ao Egg, se vai ter item grátis ou não. Tá, certo. Quem tá lá em São Francisco, bom, respondendo, vai receber item grátis por causa que eles entraram em parceria com a Puma para fazer uma jaqueta para... Mas aqui não.
Bom, galera, eu estou com um probleminha de internet aqui, então pode ser que às vezes entre em problemas técnicos a live, tá? Então agora vamos estar dando uma pausa aqui e em breve voltaremos para mais uma palestra na RTC 2023. Essa foi a live, espero que vocês tenham gostado. Bom, vamos... Nessa live vamos assistir pelo menos a primeira parte. Essa foi a live, espero que vocês tenham gostado. Tava aqui com o som da live ligado. Bom...
Ô, calma aí, ainda não encerra não, vamos fazer a despedida, calma aí.
Eu já tô fazendo a despedida, tá? Bom, essa foi a live, espero que vocês tenham gostado. Bom, vamos assistir só a primeira parte da RDC 2023. E aí, Emanuel? O que é pra dizer? Bom, muito obrigado por quem ter assistido. Beleza, falou e fui. Lembrando, tem bloxagem de premiação daqui a alguns dias. bloxradio.